Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CoculesNation. My name is Secret Agent Nixon Cocules. I'm the founder and the director of the Cocules Industry Spy Network and the CoculesNation. For today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at Debian 12, codenamed Bookworm. This is one of the original Linux distributions. It is known as Debian GNU/Linux, and it's been that way ever since 1995, the first release. Though they do have an ISO, I think, for the second ever release, Ham, as the oldest one. I don't know what happened to the first release, but I would love to take a look at it. Anyway, we're going to be doing a graphical install, at least for me today. Now, I tried to go through this a little bit ago, but I had an attempt fail on me. So I'm going to be doing everything correctly, at least on my end. Loading additional components, yada yada yada. And network is being configured. Attempting auto-config. So this is going to be pretty interesting. And looks like network is configured. It's a little slow, that's all. It's probably a little slow because of the amount of CPUs I gave it. Here's the host name, so I'll probably just do Bookworm. I used it in a previous attempt, so I thought I would keep it. Domain name, no. I will not be giving this a root password, and I'm going to keep that completely... I'll keep it completely blank. For the full user, I'll just do Doig. And the username for the account is going to be Doig. Then I'll need a strong and complicated password. I will continue with that. I am in the Pacific time zone. I'm in the Pacific time zone. You know, because I live in Oregon. Anyway, we will be using the entire disk. I'm not going to mess with LVM. This is what messed me up last time. This is what messed me up. I'm also going to have a separate home partition for the user, because why in the world not? I will continue with that. Yes, let's write the changes to this disk, because I've got nothing better to do right now. We're now installing the base system, everything you need in order to use Debian. Lots of things being unpacked and configured, specifically for people to get up and running with Debian. So, hey, I don't blame them. Now we're also installing the 6.1 kernel. I may want to try and find a way to change that. But eventually I will try to get myself into changing the... I'll just try to change the kernel. Probably use like, maybe Liquorix. I tend to have a lot of good luck with Liquorix. So is that. Best chance I've got, I think, is going to be OCF Berkeley. No HTTP type deal. Just retrieving a few files. We're just configuring APT to use the fastest mirror. And the fastest mirror towards me, since I live in rural Oregon, is probably Berkeley. Either Berkeley or Los Angeles. Now we're just grabbing a couple of different files, so that shouldn't be a big deal, I hope. So here we have this package called PopCon, and this is more of an opt-in telemetry type deal. It's supposed to send, as it said here, anonymous... Okay, so basically, anonymous statistics. I'm going to say no, but I do commend the Debian developers of making this opt-in. So there's that. It does give you Debian and GNOME, but I'm going to instead choose KDE Plasma, because I'm going to be real, I absolutely love using Plasma. And I'm going to keep Debian desktop environment as a backup, and then standard system utilities. I will also keep those as well. Now it's going to work. It was me using stupid LVM. I don't even know what that is. I'm just gonna... Well... Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be a little strange. At least to me. I got 16 gigabytes of memory I gave the virtual machine, so should be good there. And now I just have to wait. So, tell you what, I'll be right back once this is done. Now that the software is installed for me on my machine and my internet connection, that took about 30 minutes. It installs the new partition on the computer. It's basically a boot record, so it's more MBR. It's more of an MBR deal. It has another operating system that failed to detect. For now, let's actually install grub in device VDA. So I'm going to install grub to it. If I don't have sudo, I could possibly install sudo or doas on the machine. I haven't used doas, I've only used sudo. There was some vulnerability in sudo that probably got fixed, I think. At least as far as I'm aware. Okay, so it looks like the netinst cd is being disabled. So it's probably, I think, like removing it and then doing an update. Yeah, I think it'll remove that list and then it'll do sudo apt update. Okay, now I can continue and reboot the machine. There we go. So now we got that. Let me make sure my stuff is correct. Yes, it is. Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. Let's boot into Debian GNU/Linux with the newly installed KDE desktop environment. As you can see here, it is using a little something called, let's use Plasma on X11 just in case. Anyway, I am going to enter my strong and complicated password, and here is the KDE desktop environment. Looks pretty cool. Got Firefox to start out with. That ain't a big deal. The only thing I'm going to do is I am going to set the system settings. I'm going to use Breeze Dark. I actually like Breeze Dark as like a default. Let's go to display a monitor. It's going to be saying Red Hat, refresh rate. I guess set the refresh to 60 Hertz. And then do 1920 by 1080, which is 16 by 9. There we go. Yeah. I think that looks just about right. Okay, I should be fine with that. I could do probably one better and do 2048 by 1152. But I'm just going to keep it to 1920 by 1080. There is a compositor, the looks of things. That compositor is on right now, but there is a way I can restart that. So I am going to reset. Where's the logout? Logout, here we go. Logout. Yeah, just log out. I don't give a rip. And we're back in. Now, here are the system settings, and as you can see, I no longer have that silly little weird deal. I am going to extremely configure this. Configure it to say I want Windows 9X. Plasma style. I think I'll use, I got Breeze following the color scheme. I'm gonna just do Breeze Dark because I like Breeze Dark. This right here. Breeze Dark Yellow. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Breeze and Plastic. I'm gonna just use Plastic. I like Plastic. There's all that to consider. Fonts. You're gonna use Noto. Noto, Hack, whatnot. I'll just use Breeze. There's a couple different ones. There's Oxygen Yellow. And there's a lot more you could do. There's like a lot more you could do. So I'm just gonna pull all that up. And there we go. Let's hit Control Alt and T. Huh? What? Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't help. So, shortcuts. What are the shortcuts? Launching. How do you launch console? Okay, so it looks like I don't even have console on here. I think what I'll need to do is make a shortcut. Nothing. Okay, so I guess I'll do a custom shortcut. Or maybe just actually do a shortcut. There it is. That's the one I wanted. And it's going to be Control Alt and T. So I am going to be able to do that just fine. Okay, so this is what console looks like. We'll do a quick neofetch. Oh, neofetch is not even found. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have that. That's fine. So yeah, it does work. Sudo does work as per the usual. Though I need to do something about the silly internet connection thing. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I'll do a quick Control L, neofetch, and there we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful. With the Debian spiral. Look at that. That's what neofetch can do. But yeah, that's what I'm currently running in Vert Manager. Now, the only thing I need to do... Synaptic is not even on the system. And it does come with Firefox ESR release. Interesting. Comes with Dragon, JUK. There's like a ton of these things. Kate is always good, though I tend to like Notepad QQ better. What are we using? Which Nano? Okay, so it has Nano. Does it have Micro? No, it doesn't. So Nano is on the system by default, so that's fine. That's not an issue. I don't think LibreWolf is on the system. I don't think so. Yeah, no way. So that means I'm going to have to find a way to do something in Firefox, get the user.js file, harden that up, get LibreWolf, and yada yada yada. But yeah, that is a quick look at most of it. Oh, and it comes with GIMP. It comes with GIMP. Mint does not come with GIMP automatically installed on the machine. So that's interesting. Contrast. Okay. There's an image viewer, that's GwenView. I think GNOME or Cinnamon, based upon GNOME, I think it has like some sort of weird photo viewer. Ocular, I think it uses XReader. Mint has XReader, but I do like using Evans. Evans is pretty good. Ocular is also a good option. For internet, we've got a few things. Kmail, Conqueror. I could probably use Conqueror. I don't know if that's good. And Aggregator. Aggregator is pretty good. For Office, you have the LibreOffice suite. Like Writer, Impress, Draw, Calc, and Math. You've got all of that. Science and Math is just... Okay, well, Math. System... Comes with Xterm on the system. Interesting. Very interesting. We have Arc, which is the archiving tool. We got Sweeper. I've never heard of this Sweeper thing. It's a system cleaner of some sort. I think it's similar to BleachBit. I think it's actually similar to BleachBit. Speaking of... Ooh, yeah, policy kit nonsense. That's a ton of policy kit nonsense. I do like using BleachBit better than using whatever that is. So, that's just my preferences. And I think for the system monitoring... What do we have for system monitoring? An actual system monitor app here. Ooh, okay, this is gonna look a little better than the other stuff, so that's fine. It's not gonna have htop, so let me get that. I'll grab htop, because I do like to see htop so far. Plus, I just like doing things in the command line sometimes. Or really just using a TUI. That ain't too bad. So Control L and then H top. What are we looking at? How many gigs of RAM? Okay, so KDE on Debian takes about 1 gigabyte of RAM. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM on my host machine, and it's not too bad for the most part. Got like 8 cores that I'm using right now. I'm just using 8 CPUs on the machine, so think of that what you will. But yeah, it isn't all too bad. 1 gigabyte of RAM for a 16 gigabyte system. That is not bad at all. I like it. We're gonna hit F10, is it? Yeah, F10 will quit. So there is that to consider. I think I'm just gonna end this video here. This is gonna be a little newer than expected, and you could choose the desktop environment you want. I'll just probably do it for KDE purposes. If you like this video and want to see more like this in the future, you can do this one of 5 ways. You can hit the like button to show your support to the CoculesNation, hit the subscribe button to become a member of the CoculesNation, hit the bell icon to be notified when new episodes arrive every Thursday afternoon at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. You can also comment on all of our videos. All videos are open for comment, and last but not least, you can share this channel with your family and friends and get them into gaming on Linux and setting up Linux properly for gaming purposes, and other Linux tech nonsense. That being said, thank you, and good night.